Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dirty 20 Gaming's Sunday night game, Stars Without Number. Tonight, we start our fourth episode, sorry, my mistake. The Fire Marengo second stanza. Our virtual tabletop is Roll20. Our models are provided by Hero Forge. Our overlay is provided by OBS. Art assets have been provided by Pixabay, and our music is provided by bensound.com. Ship's log, secondary array GT 1100 self-designation logos. May 7th, 3200. It has been 195,289 and a quarter days since our last software update. Initial negotiations of the refueling station descended into confrontation with the crew of the Gallardo. Discovery of a slaver ship has prompted the crew to action and combat. The captain of the Gallardo has agreed to a ceasefire to negotiate. However, it is actually inside of medical bay of the Proxima Acaris that we are starting out. Sherrod St. Germain, the doctor who has quarantined himself after treating the miners for his own radiation exposure, has had an uncomfortable experience since arriving inside of the sector. Sherrod, you have made contact with many minds incidentally as a telepath. Your abilities are kind of always on, but not always getting strong signals, so to speak. But there's always sort of, the presence of radio and whatnot that you can tune yourself to and hear thoughts and that kind of thing. But since you have arrived in this sector, it's been like the radio has been dialed up to 12 and you can't turn it off. The thoughts are not particular. You're not getting the sounds of the people around you. Like they don't, it's almost like you're tuning into a complete other language. And you haven't been able to sleep since it started. You've even tried like a pain medication or two to see if it's, something that your brain is like turning into like psychic static. When you were trained with the Order of St. George, which manifested your psychic abilities as a dragon, which was to be sort of done battle with. Does that make sense? It was a metaphor that could be used to kind of bring them under control and also to develop the control necessary to use your abilities without torching your own mind and causing yourself permanent damage. But now it's like somebody kicked your dragon into overdrive. And it feels like it's stepping on your head all of the time. Just recently, the combat between Booker and the captain of the Gallardo has come to an end. And standing next to Bite, Atticus is like, Atticus, get the doctor, since he's already seen on the camera the injuries that Booker has taken. Which means that a moment later, there's a thunderous knock upon the medbay, one that seems to echo at 10 times as loud as it should. And the door slides open to reveal Atlas, who's the very quiet sensors personnel that was brought aboard from the mining station. And it kind of looks at where you are on the ground. He's like, okay, are you all right, Doc? Except his voice sounds like a shout.
Just some side effects. What can I do for you, Atlas?
Says there's some fighting going on over the station. Chief said that captain's been shot.
Yeah.
You all right?
No, I'll be fine. Grab the med kits. Let's get over there. What's the situation? What can you tell me?
He says, we'll go by the bridge, he says, and I'll have the chief, and he says, bye, fill you in. He says, I haven't been watching the whole situation. They just called me to come get you. But he immediately moves to kind of put an arm under you and see if he can't help you walk.
I should be good. Just let me grab the med kit. Let's get moving.
But you're tapped into the camera's systems, but you're still there when, Atticus called for Atlas, and you're there when Gerard is brought in by Atlas. It definitely looks like he's been sweating for the last few hours.
You all right, Doc?
I'll be fine. It's after effects of the radiation exposure. What's going on?
Mortel tried to flirt with a slave trader and got his ass beat, which Booker had to step up and got shot twice.
Addicts kind of gestures to the screens where there's two bodies like in the hallway, as you know, Booker and the captain are kind of in a detente. Atticus says, "They took the shuttle over. We're not docked at the moment. I can see about having Teddy fly you over there."
Get me over there as quickly as you can. Do you have any medical equipment on board?
Just what's in the med base, and the forks don't have anything more than your basic med kit.
What was he shot with?
Las pistols.
Well, at least it's going to self-cauterize the wounds. Where was he shot?
Points at the chest.
Okay, how's his breathing?
He looks fine. He, based upon what I can see, he basically intimidated them into stopping fighting after he was shot.
Says, Mortel's been hurt too. I heard bones breaking.
All right. How far are you away from us?
It will be a few minutes before they can get you over to the station, but Atticus kind of says, "I'll have Teddy meet you over at one of the cargo forks. They can use it to get over."
And I'm going to pull my charts up that I've done on Booker to see if he has been installed with any form of combat drugs that has increased his adrenaline or anything else that may keep him up and moving when he's injured.
It looks like it's just a matter of old-fashioned grit.
All right, let's get over there quickly before his adrenaline wears off.
All right. So there are the Atticus will look at the bike and be like, let him know that they're on the way over.
And to the group chat, he just sent, "The dock is headed over. Please, no one die."
Don't die, whatever you do.
All right. So while Booker and Mortel and the captain and one of the captain's aides, they're, everybody's kind of like edgily moving in the direction of the galley as a place to talk. There's a ceasefire, etc. The other three slavers that are still up seem to be kind of torn between going back into their room, going to the ship, which is exactly where Gloriosa is with a bunch of, it's exactly where Mako is with a bunch of recently escaped slaves. The youngest of which is slightly below teenager, tween, I think we called it last time. And the others are kind of, looking at her with a definite suspicion mixed with hope, mixed with just a general curiosity. There's one of them that kind of like reaches out and touches her hair, her skin, since it's so alien.
Okay, so the her is referring to Maiko.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, are they touching their own child? Are they making
No.
okay? What are we doing?
They're the mama who'd been called out as the mother of the tween is like picked her up. Although she's quickly squirming and but another one that's nearby is trying to touch Mako's hair and her skin.
Okay, cool. And where are we again? Remind me.
You're on the deck of the Gallardo.
Okay, so we're
between the two fork, or between the two cargo things that have been holding the trapped people.
Anybody else got stuff to add before I figure out what I'm doing?
The way that they're restrained is something that you can get through with the multi-tool. The problem is the way that you're getting through it with the multi-tool is by drilling through it. Drilling the lock should open it quickly, but it will be noisy.
Well,
And I presume make it difficult, if not impossible, to reclose should the need arise.
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna break the lock.
Yeah.
They don't have like what are they called? We used to have them, the big scissors, the really
Bolt
big
cutters?
Yes, those.
Rib
they don't-
cutters or bolt cutters? Those are similar but different.
I mean,
They-
either one will work at this point. But if they have an emergency like bolt cutter nearby, like where normally there would be like a fire axe or whatever,
Give me
Michael
a wisdom and fix roll.
Okay. Hang on, let me get out the dice. All the mean D6s are at the top for some reason. The D6s that I don't roll because they're mean. Because they gave me 2 3s in a row.
That's a 6 that they're sharing. You're so mean.
And with wisdom, with fix, that's when I can roll a third one and drop the lowest, right?
Yep.
Okay. 6 total.
Okay. So
will never
you know exactly where you would keep the laser cutter if you were running the ship. Slavers do not appear to be as organized as you are. So while you find the mount where the laser cutter is supposed to be hung up when it's not in use, it is not there.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess we're going in with a multi-tool. So Maiko is going to kind of be in her group chat. She's gonna pause and put in group chat. Cutting slaves loose. Are we still in initiative? Do I have to count my words?
No.
Okay. Cutting cargo loose. About to be noisy. And with that warning, she starts she gestures to them to well, maybe not this, but like trying to gesture stay calm. And she's gonna very carefully start to drill the lock and hopefully angle it in such a way that it's not aimed at their flesh once it gets through the lock.
Yeah, so I want you to make an intelligence and sneak roll, which is going to be a target number 8, to basically be able to muffle it enough that it's not going to get overheard.
All right.
The issue is not the difficulty of doing it; it's the difficulty of doing it quietly.
6 total.
Okay, and then the second thing that you're going to do is a charisma and talk roll, with a -1 for the lack of actual ability to speak the language. But
All right.
Just do what you would do with apes. Give your toothiest smile and a thumbs up.
Naturally. Okay, so we're gonna do 11.
okay. So the drilling of the lock is going well at first, and then you hit something that changes the density of what you're drilling through, and you're pretty sure they can hear the whine of it from the hallway because it suddenly goes from like a low to like a high-pitched whine. However, the people that you are working to free, they don't freak out. Like when you kind of give them the gesture of like, you know, they instead of like going quiet, they all like hunch down like onto all fours. You know what I'm saying? And they start like communicating to each other in a language that seems to be sign, that must be some sort of like hunting language or something designed to be used in quiet, but like they seem to be like ready to go, and aware of the dangers that they're in, and quiet and capable, just unarmed.
Okay.
So we're gonna cut over to Booker, Mortel,
Ha, cut.
So we've clearly stopped fighting, right? I mean,
Yeah, there's
they have clearly stopped fighting. Yeah, go ahead.
the captain had kind of, you know, tossed the hat back in your direction, and then is striding towards the galley. There's no sign of the chief of the station inside of the galley, but which, you know, seems to make the captain of the Gallardo suspicious. The captain kind of looks around. It's like, where's that little pervert?
Where's that little what?
Pervert.
I'm unfortunately not familiar enough with him to be able to call him a pervert. Or they were cooking last time I saw them.
Man does love to cook. It's not like it'll let something burn though.
Is there a scent of burning?
None to your nose yet. It's
Okay.
probably just referring to the fact that it's still on the heat.
Yeah. So then he's likely to be nearby. Let's grab a seat. We have things to discuss.
And the captain will move to one seat, but kind of give a look to the other one that's with them to like stay standing.
You sure you're happy with just, after having checked the messages really quickly, you sure you're happy with just one man protecting you?
Well, Captain, you only got one person protecting you. And I start trying to wiggle my clearly broken collarboned arm down into my sleeve like I'm trying to get redressed.
Mortel?
The hat's just kind of all cocked off to one side. And
Mortel,
I'll stay standing too if you don't mind, because it hurts like fuck when I sit, Captain.
Understood. But Mortel, it might help for you to just rest for a moment. The best you can do is dislocate yourself in their general direction.
You don't
That's
have the
the loudest
advantages.
I've ever been told to shut the fuck up. But absolutely, Captain. I'd salute, but this is kind of holding this.
No, I get it. Just stay still.
There you go.
The captain of the other ship says, I can kill two men in a blink when I have the advantage of surprise too. You don't have that now.
No. No, it seems I wouldn't. But what it seems to be is very different from what it actually is. Don't you find that, Captain?
Say that about this entire fucking sector.
So you're happy with just one man?
Willing to negotiate with just one man.
And what exactly are you negotiating for?
My ship, my crew, they depart. Your ship, your crew, they depart. We keep our cargo. You keep what you came with.
It sounds fair except for your cargo.
If you want to buy it from us, you're welcome to.
How much?
At 1,000 credits ahead.
And how
I don't
many
know any
heads do you
technical
have?
abilities. 17. The other pirate like coughs. It's like 16.
And how many of them are children, which would be, let's put it this way, less useful if you were to be trying to sell them fully.
All of them are old enough to bear children. Self-replicating workforce.
So what you're saying is you were selling a self-replicating workforce that you're happy to get, that you'd be happy to sell.
There are plenty more where they came from in this sector.
If we make any sort of decision, I would want my doctor to check them over first.
It's acceptable.
From what I understand, I believe. Has the message been sent in the group chat that Doc's on the way? Okay. And for what I know, my doctor is quickly approaching.
We can
So-
get this matter resolved
When I
quickly.
start unbuttoning the shirt that I just finished buttoning up, one-handed. Yeah.
So curiously, the pirate who's standing next to the captain looks really sympathetic. Like they've caught the business end of that fist before.
Mhm.
So Booker is sitting at the table as well.
Yeah.
And she's
Captain
trying to
across
work
from
out.
you, the other two stand.
Yeah. Was I hit with laser rounds or physical
Laser.
morphs? So laser rounds.
Yeah, they're carrying laser rounds aboard the station.
I'm going to slowly and carefully, so as not to cause a fuss, walk over and take the lid off of what's cooking.
Yeah, the other pirate kind of it's clearly like, you know, it's being like basketball pair up with somebody. He's clearly pairing himself up with you. He doesn't move too far, but he's keeping a close eye on.
Yeah.
Well, the captain does the
So
same.
yeah, I make sure he can see both hands, even the one that is not functioning at the moment, and then just very carefully take the lid off and put it and look in to see what it was. And if it needs stirring, because I will actually stand there and stir it if it does with my one good hand.
It probably wouldn't hurt from it.
Yep. In other
Oh.
words, I'm staring at the wall above where I'm staring, looking at the thing I'm stirring. What I'm not doing is looking with seething, howling hatred in my eyes at the pirate captain or his asshole minion.
And
That thing's probably getting stirred pretty effectively.
A
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Is Nico on the group chat that everybody's been sending out, or have you just been sending it to?
oh, everyone aboard the ship is essentially connected to the group chat, and especially anyone who's currently on mission.
Except
Everybody
Mortel.
but Mortel. Yep.
There's a message from Nico that says, chief question mark of the station is in our cargo bag.
Wait, that's not what she said. Is it?
No, Nico is trying to tell us that the chief of the station.
You got
The
this wired
shuttle's
to go
cargo
boom.
bag. The shuttle's
Yeah.
cargo bag,
Oh.
Oh, okay.
not the
No.
not the main ship.
So just to be clear, the guy that's missing is the guy that if he dies, the whole place goes boom on a couple
If-
hours notice, right?
Yes.
Because we got the delay. Okay. Just making sure.
I misheard Nico as Maiko, so
Oh,
I was
no,
like, "That's
no.
not what she said." What's going on?
Yeah.
You said that's what she said, and I thought you were making the joke.
No.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to figure out what you meant by it.
Oh, and then the complete lack of a response. Like, oh, we're so rude.
I was like, "Oh wow, okay."
It's like,
So-
she's in our cargo bay. That's what she said. Wait, what? Okay.
Who's on first?
Sounds like a Mortel line.
Okay. So anyway, back to the moment. Nico is just updated. There's like a little quick picture of like the chief of the station kind of like through the port window of the shuttle. It's not clear what he's trying to do.
Make sure he doesn't
Whether
leave.
it's
Make sure he
assess
doesn't
whether-
leave without us.
Yeah, like, do you want me to shoot him?
Not yet. Decent chance, though. And so Booker is also talking to the captain. Does the captain have any visible weapons on them?
I will let you make a wisdom and sneak roll. They do have one visible weapon, but I'm letting you have a sneak roll for the concealed as well.
Okay. Booker is not looking for that. He's assuming that they've got concealed weapons already.
That's fine. Yeah, they have a very obvious pistol at their shoulder holster. You know,
Booker has managed to conceal all of his weapons at this moment. Actually, no, he's concealed his pistol, which is something that the assassin skill lets him do, but he's currently kind of just fiddling around with his shiv.
yeah, the captain had already seen the ship in use, so
Yeah, there's no point hiding that. What are the rules behind an execution attack?
that you cannot do it in this case because they have to lack suspicion of it. And the captain
All right.
categorically expects
Yeah.
an attack or a sneak attack at some point in this. So
Yeah. Booker is doing a lot of mental math, thinking, how quickly could I kill this person before everything goes sideways?
they absolutely look like they're doing the same math.
Yeah. Essentially, we're kind of at a standstill. Just Mortel stirring, Booker just doing minute adjustments in his mental math and of himself to prepare to deal with their mental math.
You know what? I think everybody might be just a little bit hangry here. Why don't we all have some of this wondrous stew and just sit the fuck down and relax for a minute?
So the sound of the drilling lock does not get picked up by anybody that's in the gallery. The lock quickly gets drilled through and the chains kind of get like pulled free, and you see the group of them like all staying down, you know, carrying the chain between them, like moving towards the front of the ship. Where you can hear the footsteps of the approaching pirates.
So, just out of curiosity, does anybody recall, this is out of game, if anyone gave Maiko instructions past freeing them?
That
Free
was
them
just the
get them, wasn't it to get them on our ship? Was that the instruction?
That
I
was
think that was
Booker's
essentially.
plan.
yeah, that was
Mortel's plan
essentially-
was to turn them on the pirates.
Yeah, I think Booker is expecting that you're going to bring them to the ship.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if Booker knew the situation and what was going on, he would recommend ambushing. Mostly due to the fact that they have chains that they can use as large metal whips.
Yeah. Maiko's gonna...
And playing as dead as possible until that last moment. of the strike.
So Micah's going to let them do their thing. She's going to kind of free them, and then unleash them upon the slavers. And, well,
To be fair, how much control are you going to have over 17 people that are twice your height, 4 times your weight, that
Yeah.
desperate and coming out of a steel container?
yeah, that's pretty much what I'm
To be
thinking.
fair.
And let's be honest,
Inner GM come
I
leaping out there
just
for a
don't
second.
feel
but-
super great about it because they're unarmed.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
And-
bad idea, but
there
yeah.
at least a few of them are going to die in all reality. In a
She's-
real life situation, there
So
are
here's the thing.
17 of them, and there are 3 of them coming.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. She is, I was basically trying to get to, is she interfering, trying to get them to stop, trying to get them to hold off? They have a limited bottleneck, and they are clearly encountered the weapons of these pirates before, probably multiple times, in keeping them in check. Which means that when the 3 pirates come through, the 4 that are plastered against the wall, the 1 that's hanging from the ceiling, they move and fast. And it's decisive, and it's the kind of savagery that only Lost Worlders can do because they're used to it as part and parcel of survival. You see the chains go around one neck. You see another one just get grabbed from behind with and like held in place, while another one of these savages grabs the laser sword at their hip and plunges it right into their belly and then pulls it straight up. They seem to be very familiar with what sharp thing does. You see the neck snap from the chain being pulled by one of them. And then the last one is just going down under like a array of like punches and kicks, and then somebody seems to find their knife, and there's a lot of anger being vented in a few moments to every internal organ that they have. You see like the tallest one that you just saw him snap somebody's neck with the chain. He kind of like points to you and makes a gesture for you to come over.
You better do what they say.
Quiet, you're not here. Shh, shh,
This isn't Booker advice. This is Jacob advice.
be quiet. Stop it. So Maiko is
Run.
Maiko just saw all of this, and Maiko is not particularly used to violence, I think. Given everything, like she's seen it, and she's seen people get shot. It's a little bit different, and this is very like up close and personal and very jarring. So she's just like her skin is kind of like like bronze gold, if I remember correctly, and it's gone to like a very like ashen kind of version of that. Like if she had my skin color, she'd be white as a sheet. So she's looking kind of dull bronze right now or whatever. And she's just sort of like, I'm okay. I'm all set. What's he pointing at?
Like in front of him.
I mean, she's obviously scared of him. Like,
He seems used to that.
cool. That's not comforting. She's just like gonna attach her multi-tool back to her wrist, and just sort of like do like, you guys go ahead.
He gestures closer. You see, he looks to one of the others and puts his fingers between his mouth and like whistles. And the other one, without a thought, just reverses the knife that they taken and throws it to him. He catches it out of the air, He's walking towards you very deliberately.
I mean, I don't think Maiko really has anywhere to go. I think it's a hold, right? But it's a room. Is that correct?
Yep.
She's gonna like kind of back up a few steps and just be like, no.
Yeah, he keeps advancing. And you see he takes the knife and he reverses it and he draws it through his palm until there's blood like welling across his fingers and his hand.
That's so bad for your hand.
And then he opens his palm and he puts it against your forehead. Says Okar. And like the rest of the group that's with him says Okar. And like in repetition. It's like very formal, like a recognition of something. And he puts his fist against his shoulder.
One of them.
She's gonna just sort of point to herself and be like, Maiko.
Michael Okar. And he hands you the knife.
Is this at all familiar? Like, do I have any idea what's going on?
The character has been raised by the hierarchy of ball since basically track, but no.
Okay, so Maiko's going to, like, take the knife and, like, just sort of, she's gonna kind of, like, pierce her thumb, like, make a little cut on her thumb, and sort of, like
a diabetes blood test. Just a
put
dot.
it, like, dot it on his hand, or whatever he has close, but, I mean, not whatever he has close.
He
She's very
he just
short.
like clasps the hand with both of his. Kind of repeats it. Okar.
Okay. Okar. Okay.
And he points his thumb to himself. He says, Kajuta Okar. Maiko Okar. He points to her. Points to the small girl and says, Shashien Okar.
Good.
And then starts kind of going through the rest of the tribe.
Is
Get
there,
the theme quickly.
is there any way she can just sort of like,
Yeah, he stops.
we should go. She's gonna point at the door.
Yeah.
And then kind of point at her wrist. I don't know if they have watches, so I don't know if that means anything to them.
It doesn't. So he just grabs her by the wrist and lifts her completely and puts her up on his shoulder.
Okay, yeah, and she's gonna point at the forward, Okar. Let's go.
All right.
Kind of wiping her
And
forehead.
thus you became their queen.
So the through the windows as you're coming out, you can see that one of the cargo forks from the Proxima Chorus is on its way towards the same loading dock as the shuttle is at.
She's gonna take out her data slab and send a message to Byte. I have the cargo freed. Are we clear to bring them aboard the ship?
So not a red chat right then. He'll message back. I guess so. After seeing everything that's happened, he knows what's happened. He's just watching everything.
He's just on the cameras like, oh my god, what is going on with these people? Why are they sharing soup? What? Okay, so Maiko's gonna send back, like, is the way clear to the shuttle? Like, to anyone in the hallways?
Nico sends a message back that says the chief is still outside.
Outside where?
to shuttle bay.
So
The shuttle bay chief is still out there.
yeah,
Well,
the
the refueling bay chief is still out there in the shuttle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and we have to go
I'm
through
saying
the
everything
shuttle
wrong.
bay, or is that something else?
To get to your shuttle, yeah, you need to go to the shuttle bay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
and if
all
they
right,
if they rip him apart, then it all goes boom in 2 hours. So
do we know that?
you might.
Yes, you
There's
do.
no way
You've been
Martell
involved in
does.
the conversation.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay. All right. So Maiko's gonna send a message back. Don't let them see him.
Don't let them see the shuttle chief or
Yeah.
the refueling station chief.
The refueling station chief. Just in case.
Oh. Okay. All right. So back in the very tense gallery.
Was any of that massive carnage that just happened heard?
No, they very quietly killed them.
It was extremely creepy.
However, like just a moment after Maiko has made the request to have the chief not be seen by the group, you hear a gunshot through the station. And everybody hears that, as does the captain.
How distracted is the captain?
Um,
Like, is their attention from this moment drawn away from Booker entirely?
no, actually, like their reaction is like you kind of see like a flick of the wrist, and you know what a gimlet knife is, like a punch dagger kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's in hand, but they're not moving to strike yet.
Yeah, Booker would have actually used this moment. Told probably just shouted for Mortel to drop to the floor, and we're going to pretend that Mortel has done that for just a moment because he's not here. They are not here.
I think Mortel's coming back in just a second, so let's wait.
Okay,
So we can do
we'll
it in
wait for
proper
that.
initiative order.
Because I'm about to throw a table.
Oh wait, do we have an initiative order still?
I think it's just going to be Booker, Mortel, and the captain.
Okay. That was a tease.
None.
Because Booker's going to do something that makes sense for Booker.
And then in the meantime, can Maiko text Bite, be like, in all caps, what was that?
Does Bite actually know?
You can let me have you do a quick like program roll and just like trying to find where that shot came from on the cameras and what's going on.
Ten.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, you're quickly like jumping over, quickly rewinding. Nico opened the door of the shuttle bay, you know what I'm saying? And moved towards the chief with the gun in hand, like you can't be here. And it was close enough proximity and startling enough that the chief swatted the gun away. It hit the wall, hit the ground, went off.
Great.
Better than the
So-
alternative.
Yeah, but that's what he sends out is, this is what's happened. Everyone, please stay safe.
Yeah, that wouldn't have happened in the split second.
Yeah,
The immediate second the gunshot went off.
yeah. I'm
Booker
kind of assuming
has-
the moment the gunshot went off, Booker and the captain are like at each other's throats.
Yeah. Booker is flipped up the table, kind of towards the direction of the captain.
Do we need to give Mortel a chance to figure out
Yeah,
what he did?
let's all do Mortel and Booker. I'm going to get initiative rolls from both of you.
All right.
Are we doing paper and pencil initiative, or would you like us to roll in roll 20?
I got a
Or
10.
on the thing. Never mind. I'll just 2. There you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Wait,
Last.
I rolled perfectly.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that is definitely your action.
Yeah. Within moments and with an on-turn action, the gun is out. The table is being flipped with the other arm.
Yeah, I'll let
While
the table.
while kind of
I'll let the table flip be a move action.
Okay.
And you can, if you want to take an attack action, you're welcome to do that as well.
Yeah, Booker is immediately. He knows the captain hasn't stood up yet. Is aiming exactly where their head would be, and firing off a shot.
Oh God.
Just roll for it.
Roll a d20.
No modifier, and 15 for 8 damage.
Okay. That's the laser pistol from the colonial arms. So that has 2 additional +1s, 1 from being a colonial arms weapon, and oh wait, no, it doesn't have a modifier from Glory. That's your sniper rifle.
So it's a 16?
No, it should just be a +1, further +1, and a +1 to hit. So
Oh, yeah, so a 16.
yeah. Yeah, that's gonna connect. Let me do one quick roll.
Does that captain have 8 damage left?
That captain hasn't been hit yet.
Yeah. No. That was one that beat up Mortel. Mortel did nothing back. So yeah, completely untouched.
And that's as close to maximum damage as I can roll without being maximum.
Yeah. And honestly, like the fact that they're still breathing and still coming after you is a testament to just how much of a tough son of a bitch they are.
Cool.
So that will bring us.
No such thing. I tried to cap them, but that's different.
Oh,
Cap him with the hat, though.
That's right. Yes. Make them mildly uncomfortable. That's what all I'm going for.
wouldn't that... I'm reading... Oh, no, that's not it. Okay.
So, and then. There is one thing I have to look up real quick. I forgot to look up in the downtime. My bad.
How dare.
I know.
This is not a moment Booker can at all use his sniper rifle. It's too close range.
Oh yeah, you're right in his face. You're also sitting down.
I made you this.
Not anymore.
Sniper
Well,
rifle,
you
and
were
you
at the
haven't
start of
used it once.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been given an opportunity by our wonderful GM to use it.
Clearly,
I
you
asked.
need
You need some
Warned
range.
you when you
You
made
need
a
to
sniper.
land-
I said a lot
You
of
had a
stuff in
choice.
space.
There was a planet. There were several planets here we could have landed on.
Hmm.
Nope. We had to go to the station, and then Mortel had to rescue the slaves because
Portel's like, but no.
You people lead such boring lives.
Okay, so the captain is not losing their action this turn, but the other pirate is.
Okay.
They have never actually seen their captain been even like get hit before, and the wound is like nasty enough that they're a little panicked. But the captain comes like. It's probably only the fact that they were trying to hit you the moment they heard the gunshot that saved them. Does that make sense? Because they were immediately like putting one hand on the table, intending to like use it to launch themselves over the table, and then you
But the
flip
table's in the
entire-
air.
Well, you flip the entire thing. They still caught the shot, but like tumbled and came right through it and came up with the knife in your side.
Ooh.
For 6 damage.
Yes.
Okay. What happens when I hit -1 hit points?
You would be down. I am going to give you, since it is a new combat, I'm going to give you the use of I think it's your ability resets. Is it daily or is it scene?
Oh, it says, thank you. It's a once per scene. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then if you would like to negate that to stay up, you are welcome to.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, that, the knife is like buried in the fancy plastic holster for your own pistol.
Can I frame? Potentially?
Can you what?
Because can I frame the scene a little bit?
Sure.
It wouldn't be that it's caught in a plastic holster. It would literally be... Because the entire time Booker's had his shiv out.
Yeah.
Kind of lazily in his hand. He would have tried to catch it, and he would have tried to, with the shiv, catch the push dagger in a way to just maybe minorly graze his hand, but not enough to cause any significant damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, there's like flesh damage there that doesn't actually count as hit point loss. So. Okay, so that brings us to Mortel's action.
I throw the soup at the captain, the whole thing, one-handed, so I don't expect, and I don't have a skill appropriate to it, but this is all he's got. So throw the soup at the captain, and with my movement, I step up as close as I can to just the little peon pirate, and try and kiss him on the lips.
Okay. All right, so make the attack roll for the throne.
Shoot.
No skill, so just a D20. A 2. No fucking way.
Do you have a dex bonus?
Nope. I
Okay.
don't dex.
So that's going wide.
That's it. Yeah.
And because they've basically forsaken their action, they lost their morale check. You'll be able to do the kiss just fine.
Yeah, I'm just trying to continue to keep him off of his game. I can't fight, so I also got 2 hit points left. So
He's taking the whole lover, not a fighter thing a little far.
yeah,
A little,
and
you know.
and nobody will play. I don't like this. None of these people will play back.
Look, I'm sorry, but Booker's like aggressively Booker.
Yes.
He is very Booker.
So I imagine this brings us back to the top of the round.
Yes, that's your action.
Yep. I'm literally just doing the work in my brain. Yeah, I'm gonna move the pistol I'm gonna move the pistol and take off one more shot.
Okay.
And I add a 1 as a modifier and submit to a 27 attack. I hit a nat 20.
Okay. Yeah, so that's
For maximum
like-
damage.
would you like to frame that, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I can. So in the same movement that's it's all been very fluid at this point. There was a flip with one hand with the knife in it. A shot goes off. Captain rolls around only to get their knife caught by Booker. For the gun to move almost effortlessly in a way to just Booker's not even really paying attention or looking their general direction. Just takes off one last shot at their face. After what I'm assuming is already kind of falling off a little bit from the initial shot.
Yeah.
Just to fully headless this person. The only reason it didn't happen the first time was because there was a table layer of protection. Because that's how good Booker is.
You've also definitely,
Thinks he-
no weapon is really tested until it's been field tested. You've probably never handled a finer firearm.
I've never handled a finer firearm.
So,
With the exception of getting to hold the Maiko's gift.
um,
Phew. Good cover. You hardly dug a hole there at all.
So
Say the sniper rifle's jealous.
the other pirate, like sees the captain's body fall, looks between the two of you, knows that two others already dead, and just like both hands up, you know.
I'm still imagining stuck in the kiss. Just
Oh no, as soon as he gives up, he's no fun. I push away with one hand. No.
And there's jambalaya dripping down the wall. And,
Oh, yeah. Everywhere, yeah.
He says, I'm open to different terms of negotiation.
Booker walks over. More saunters than anything else. No, not sauntering. He just walks over very determined, very no nonsense to pull off and execute, just to push the knife gently through the back of his skull.
1 second, Captain, if my be may be so bold.
After, I'm assuming you've read a little bit of Booker's intent.
I haven't called you Captain Darling once since the start of the encounter. It's been proper Captain the whole time. I will point out just in case nobody caught that.
He's been tense.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's very intentional.
Booker
Captain
puts the knife down.
So wait, okay. So is this an interruption before the death of the?
Oh yeah,
pirate?
I want to stop him from killing him. Captain, I'm sure with all your experience, you must have been educated in the classics. You know how legends stop. And they lean into the pirate. One survivor tells about how awful and terrible the people were that killed his captain in front of him faster than he could even move. How much trouble could he possibly be with no cargo and all? I don't know that they've taken it. I'm just presuming that we're going to take the slaves before we let this guy back on his ship. I don't even know if one person could run that ship, but this is what I'm pitching to Booker as Mortel.
As a crew, we need notoriety. Booker puts the pistol away, and it's disappeared for anyone else to possibly see, and slides the shiv back through his palm.
Yeah, into his arm. Yeah.
Notoriety's never been my thing. I've always been happier a ghost.
Since that,
But I have a crew to look after.
this is that knife Gimlet carried. There are people that'll recognize it. It's not particularly nice or anything, just they were real fond of it.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. And Booker picks up the knife, just kind of pockets it in a not very interested manner. But does kind of come up to the fellow. What use is a myth without battle scars? And with a very quick motion, just slices through part of a good chunk of his ear.
Oh,
Yeah,
Captain, you are such a drama queen. Can we go now?
He takes it like you're guessing that he's probably had some worse pain dealt to him on his own crew,
Yeah.
you know, from the general demeanor of Gimlet.
Yeah.
But he doesn't, you know, complain or make mention about it.
Yeah. I'm assuming he's standing perfectly still. Just yeah.
And that's when the message from Nico will pop through, or from Mike will pop through. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Booker will start moving with Booker will very much be happy to grab Mortel and just start moving off, and then looking back at this guy kind of, if I see or hear any mention of you slaving again, what happened to your captain looked like pure ecstasy compared to what I'll do to you.
He just nods. So cutting from there, Gerard, the shuttle bay doors are opening automatically for the fork. And for Michael, what that means is that right as your little tribe is about to get to the doors, the pressure door slams closed. But you're watching on screen as like the shuttle bay side, the chief seems to, he knows the sounds of like, hey, this is about to open and depressurize the area. So he does jump into the shuttle cargo with Nico. The chief has picked up the pistol, but he doesn't seem to be threatening Nico with it, just like, I'm not giving this back to you again. So the forks close. Teddy opens the door so that the forks can access, the shuttle landing area. So Gerard, you can step out to where you see the other shuttles.
Other than the other shuttle, what do I see?
The other shuttle doors open, like it's empty other than the. Actually, I will give you a wisdom check to notice the bullet hole. Recent bullet hole. But you're also on, the phone contacts and whatnot. So you've been seeing the, Nico in conflict with the chief. You've seen what Gloria sent. Or sorry, what Michael sent. I'm sorry.
Forgive me. I'm trying to remember how to roll a stat on this one.
You have to you have a little drop down menu that's like your skills. So there should be.
I'm assuming it's a notice and wisdom, right?
Yeah, wisdom and notice. Sorry.
So there are two ways to do this. You can either go directly to the skills on your character sheet, or you can click on quick menus right at the very top of the sheet. Click skills.
And then click on the skill in that list.
And
that you
especially
wish
if
to
you were
use.
trained with notice, which is on the sheet right now,
Which you
as
are.
our wonderful GM has put up for you. And notice is a +0, so you just
Any
click on
mod-
notice
okay.
and click roll with wisdom.
And then
How
found
is
out
a
that didn't
0
work.
possible?
Because there's a ++1 in there by accident.
Yeah, I think I typed something. Hold
You
on, let
got
me try that
a
again.
7 is what that came out to. 2
Yeah.
+ 4 + 1, 7.
Ah,
I don't-
thank you.
It seems to have some issues sometimes. So you should have a +1 from your wisdom. Roll to 6, so it comes out as 7. Yeah, you'll see the bullet hole.
All right. That catches my attention. Since I was expecting somebody to meet me here, I'll walk over to the other shuttle.
Yeah, the shuttle door rolls up. You see Nico there with his hands up. You have not yet met the chief of the station, but he has Nico's gun. It's kind of I wouldn't say he's aiming it at him. It's more held readily enough so that if need be, he could quickly aim it at Nico.
I'll just point direct at him. You're the officer in charge here?
This is my refueling station, or at least I hope it still is.
Yeah. Take me to where the injured are.
I'm not clear who's injured yet. He says, do you have a communication with your people?
I look over to Nico. Where are they at?
Nico, they were headed towards the gallery. It's like, I can take you to the gallery.
I thought we were all heading towards the cargo at this point.
You guys are, but Nico is not yet aware of that. He's been set his hands up and is interacting with the chief. However, on the other side of the door that would take them to the gallery is Michael with a trot.
So there.
Is that door open or?
The chief heads towards it and hits the button and it slides open.
I don't know, On the other side, Maiko's like sitting on his shoulder, or actually, I think she's got her belly over his shoulder. Right? He just sort of picked her up.
Yeah, the chief definitely like blinks in like dismay. Takes 2 quick steps back.
Making
Doctor,
friends. Making friends. I see, Mako.
I think so. She's got like blood down her forehead,
Yeah.
and she's like, I don't think she actually got injured at all. So she's just like slung over this person's shoulder, like with blood on her face, and she's just like in like a handprint or whatever. Well, so I think these people are coming with us. This is sure.
The chief kind of like, I think the other people aboard the station are going to have an issue with that.
I have
Is this an appropriate time to enter the scene and
Give it one
just
more.
say,
Give it.
I turned to the chief. It doesn't look like they have much of a choice, but they seem to be all right. Miko, are you bleeding?
I know this is I'm good. This is someone else's.
The bioscanner comes out.
Don't I can tell when I'm bleeding, doctor. I'm not bleeding. Well, my thumb is.
No major injuries.
For the individual
Now-
who is carrying Mako, can you put her down?
He does not look like he understands.
She's gonna tap him on the shoulder and then point at the ground.
Considers for a moment, kind of gestures towards Gerard, towards Chief, towards Nico. Says, Dogash.
Friend?
Kind of
Ah,
draws the motion of like, Dogash.
No, Dogash, no.
Sets him down.
all right.
She sets. He then sets Maiko down.
At this point, I would like to expend a commitment
Yes.
to establish a telepathic contact with this individual.
Oh, I can't wait to see how he reacts to that.
I'm going just deep enough to access the speech centers, and then I will address him in his own language.
Okay. Give me one other thing while you're doing that. I'm going to do this as a wisdom and a notice.
Love
roll
this
again.
idea.
try to look nonchalant while you're browsing through his brain. No, la-di-da, I'm just going through the files.
Just here to read the meter. Well, there's a joke that's added. I realized as I said it is no longer functional. They're all
I
e-meters
got
now.
it.
No, there's still meters. It's
Is
still
there?
fine.
They had a huge
Yes,
fuss
there are
here
still
putting in
meters.
e-meters here.
I'm not going deep enough to read their thoughts, just deep enough to tap the speech center.
Yeah, I understand. It's just something that you're going to be aware of since their mind is objectively different than other people's. And I'm trying to see if you
Right.
can figure.
Yeah, I'm not trying to find it here. There it is, level 1. Allows the telepath to understand any form of communication made by the target. If I have the requisite body parts to speak their language, I can communicate with them in turn.
Yeah, no, the language thing is not going to be a problem for you to do.
All right.
The wisdom and notice roll is for something else.
Okay. So you need me to make it or
You. Yeah.
me? Okay.
Just out of
We're doing
sheer
it.
curiosity, GM, are there actually 17 individuals or are there 16?
There are
Oh,
16.
right, 16, right.
Are you now not wrong?
One of them did not believe in life after love. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
I don't know why it's not rolling for me now.
Love the
Just
joke
a
ruined the
moment.
moment. Sorry.
You should just be able to click the notice roll that was the notice thing again, and it should roll
Yeah,
properly.
I'm doing that.
Have-
For some reason, it's not pulling up the little thing
Is
for
the-
me.
On the page, like if your character sheet is now on a separate window, go back to the main window. It may be asking you for modifiers.
Oh, no, that's what I'm looking at. The main window's not giving me the little pop-up.
Ah,
It's not recognizing that. You know what? I know it's 2 dice, so let's just do
Yeah.
it this way.
Yeah, just do old fashioned.
yeah, because it's a +1 +0.
Wait, I can,
There we go.
I can map that.
Oh,
Oh no!
Wow.
completely
Oh,
oblivious.
3.
Rotten.
Dusty dice.
So, just the brief brush with the mind is enough to kind of send the dragon roaring in yours. Does that make sense? That pressure that felt like something was like stepping on you. It is like everything that you'd been doing to channel it away is gone in a moment. It's once again like agonizing.
Yeah. Eyes go wide. He drops to his knees.
Oh my
Um,
god, doctor! Oh gods! Micah's gonna
that-
run over to him.
Yeah, and the Gerard, you understand the chief says what's wrong with him. Everybody else is just hearing the language of the Lost Worlders.
Micah's got her hand on his shoulder.
That-
She's trying to like pet him better, kind of.
That explains
So
a
much.
lot. But I understood the chief, yes?
Yes. You also understand he is very much not the source of whatever is going on.
Micah's gonna whisper very quietly, like, "How can I help you?"
Yeah. Her hand for a moment in his language. I am her friend and a doctor.
He says she freed us. Says she is tried to us. Says we will protect her.
The doctor speaks Lost Worlder?
I am here to help my chief.
He says, "Is this chief a friend of Michael Okar?"
Is Michael Cost chief as well?
That's when Booker and Martel will be able to arrive.
I don't know why I'm nodding. Like, Micah can't understand this, so.
Well, you
Also-
heard your name.
Yeah. Also, for the benefit of chat, like, he rolled 2 1s on that check, by the way. That's why we all went,
Yes, yeah.
oh!
Yeah.
Booker, considering he's no longer having to hold himself up with pure grit, is kind of limping, to say the least. He is injured.
Can we just stop out in the hall before we go into the room that they're in? That's where Mortel reaches out and grabs Booker's shoulder.
Yeah.
Captain, you and I ain't seen eye to eye this whole time, and that's because I'm a bit of a bitch.
I don't have anything to dispute this.
Well, you shouldn't, hon. That's who I am. Here's the deal, though. I see through this little window here that they done the hard work for us. Looks like all them nice folks is out of the box and on your ship all but all. Now, the reason I say your ship is because I ain't getting back on it.
You're staying, aren't you?
I sure as hell am, Captain. Because I can't fight no pirates like you did. Look down at my just crippled body. Hell, I can't even throw soup. But what I can do with enough time is make little beepy beeps that go off on very specific frequencies. And when I put my mind to it, I can get right fucking sneaky too. So I'm going to stay here, and every time one of them slave ships rolls up, I'm going to put a little beep beep on it. And you can just tell every bounty hunter you know, and every police officer you meet about this certain frequency, that if they ever need to fill their quota or look like a fucking hero.
I understand, Mortel.
2 more things, Captain. You're a hell of a captain, but you're trying too hard. Those people know their shit. Your job is to drive the bus. Your job ain't to be the mechanic and the pit crew and everybody else. And can I borrow your slab for a minute?
My job used to just be assassin.
Yeah, well, your job used to be easy and it fucking ain't no more, Captain.
It really isn't.
And he hands you the slab. It's covered in blood.
Yep.
It's sticky. It is just all kinds of gross because of wounds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I'm bleeding all over it, too. So I flip it and find Bite's channel. And I hit the button, and what you see is Captain Booker's slab trying to contact you.
He'll answer it, sounding kind of worried, actually. Like, what's the matter? Is everything okay?
Bite, don't hang up. This here's Motel. I want you to know something, honey. I never meant to scare you. I was just playing a little game, and I never should have done that. 'Cause you're the purest damn thing I ever seen in this whole universe. I just want you to know, your little friend, I don't like him very much, but I trust you. I trust you to keep an eye on that friend of yours. 'Cause I ain't coming with.
I know you don't like him, but if there's anything that you need, any comms, anything, you can reach out.
I'll tell you what, Bite. When you're all old and jaded, you come and find me. I'll take you out for a real nice dinner. And I will walk you home. And I won't even go for a grab and a smooch. I will thank you for the wonderful date of my life, and I will let you go inside unmolested, dear.
One day.
When you're ready. Can you hand the slab to Michael? Or is Michael there?
Michael's
Michael?
with you.
Yeah. Oh, Michael's with me. That's right. We're in the space now. That's right. The other two.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Doc's also on the way.
One more thing, but before I go, I'm going to give my little old slab here to the captain, and it ain't hooked up to the system, and I want you to make sure it ain't hooked up to the system none. I also want you to tell your friend Logos that I had this the whole time, and I didn't use it. And I hand Booker my slab, which has got the virus in it. All right, Bat, you watch out for these nice people, because they ain't so smart. You know that, right? And I break the connection before they get a chance to respond. And I hand Booker back their slab.
Well, I don't appreciate being insulted. Thank you. I know you're not exactly one for orders, but I've got just one. Go see the doctor, then you are fully dismissed of your duties.
I gotta see the doctor, and I gotta see one other person too, but thank you, Captain. It was a pleasure serving under you. It's the first time I've been fired for probable causes that weren't all nasty.
Thank you for being aboard, Mortel. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to vomit blood. I've been holding that back for like an hour.
I have an effect on people, but that's the first time never mind.
It's not you. And he just like keels over. Just blood covering your shoes. And
Oh
just,
Yeah.
God!
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, okay,
And then
that's
the
out of the
door
system.
opens on that, and Maiko's like traumatized forever.
oh no, Booker's timed it just enough so that he's not doing that in front of anyone except for
Oh, good.
Mortel. He just vomits blood and goes, okay.
Then we
Let's
open the
go.
door, right?
And then
You
he's
can see
gotten
the scene
Gorgeus
as well.
back.
Okay, yeah. I'm not. If you don't mind, I'm just going to play out the last two here and then let these guys get on their way. When I see the doctor, I walk over and say, reporting as per the captain's orders, doctor. I think I might need a Band-Aid and a Tylenol. I got 2 hit points left out of 10.
What
Yeah.
one quick thing,
Yeah.
because you are the metapsionic.
Yes. I was just going to say, can I smell that his mind stinks?
His mind, the chief's mind, every single one of the tribe's people's minds, they have all been affected by something. They are not actively under the influence of it.
Yeah. It's like something was just here. If that works as an interpretation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's close. Yeah.
Couple things, Doc. Maybe 2 Band-Aids and did you rub your head on any of these people? I know you're
I'm communicating with their chief. As I'm running the bioscanner over
Yeah.
Mortel.
his ribs and shoulders and like he's messed up. You feel like somebody kicked you in the brain?
Ever since we got into this system.
All right. Whatever kicked you in the head. I look over at the 16 people all standing over there. Has also set foot in foreign lands. So watch yourself, Doc.
Wait a minute, Mortel. I understand language a lot better than others. What are you telling me?
I'm telling you 2 things in one sentence, as is my wont. 1, I'm
Wow.
staying here.
That was what I wanted to hear.
And 2, something is in them people, and it ain't nice.
That much I figured out. And if you're staying here, not in this condition, I can't allow that.
Well, nobody's going to see me for a while, Doc. So maybe strap me up real good. I'll go find a place to hide.
Say what you need to say to Mako, and I'll come back.
Thank
And
you
I
for
move to the
underst-
captain.
Thank you for understanding, Doctor.
We're not done.
And I turn around and start to crouch down. And but I finish the crouch and looking at Mako. And Mako, you're... Hi, Mako. You're something special, and out of all these people, I'm going to miss you the most because I don't understand you at all.
It's mutual.
I wish we had time to fix that. And you can see them bite down. They almost said honey, and then they stopped. But you got things to do, and so do I.
Are you gonna be okay?
Oh, I'm going to be fine, honey. I am in my element. I figured this out just a couple punches ago. I ain't a team player. I ain't never been a team player. That's why I keep getting thrown out of the military. I keep getting beat up in bars. I can't even stay in a 4-piece band. 3 of them some bitches hated me.
Harsh.
So I got to work alone. But you, you and me are opposites in more ways than you can imagine, and even I can imagine. But the one that catches me, the one that gets me every damn time, I'm real good at messing things up. You're real good at fixing them. So if you ever need to find me, just look for the mess. But I got something important to do here. You did this batch. You the queen of this bunch, but oh, by the way, they all possessed as shit. Watch them with both eyes. I mean, like scary monster shit. But you saved them.
What?
Yeah, talk to the doctor. He understands.
Oh, okay.
But you saved them.
I didn't want him.
But you did, and it was an inspiration, and I can do it too. So I'm going to stay here. And I'm going to make sure that you can follow every single one of these bastard slaving ships that comes in and comes out of here. I don't think I'm going to last forever. Hell, I'll be lucky if I get 3 months. But if I tag 10 ships in that period of time before they catch me, I'll just make sure they catch those 10 ships and get those damn people out and fix whatever the hell's wrong with them. I asked you because you're the one that's good at fixing things.
Maiko is going to lean kind of close to him and whisper so that nobody else can hear. I still think you would have made a really great captain.
And there's a smile and a pause.
And you
Yeah.
can't talk me out of that either.
I won't even try. And I did it on the table. So yeah, I reach out and pause for a moment, making sure they don't move. And then if they don't move, I boop Maiko on the nose.
Shit, like, that's, like, obviously unlocked a very happy moment for her, like, and she sort of glows at him for a second.
I got one more favor to ask.
Yeah.
Can you help me stand up, please?
Yeah, she'll help, like, shove him up
Yeah.
if she can.
Yeah.
Like, maybe beckon one of the other, like,
Mhm.
people over.
And yeah, I'll go back to the doctor because I told him I would.
I'm going to patch up Booker so we can at least get him back to the ship in one piece. Turn to Mako, get the captain and all the rest onto the shuttle. I'm taking Mortel to the sick bay here.
Makes sense.
The chief, before you like part, kind of like taps like the youngest girl and kind of points to Gerard and say, she learned healing arts from her grandfather. She can make hands if you need them.
Come with me then.
Doc, can you explain to them to come with us? Because I don't speak that.
What was the term that the chief used for Mako?
Maiko Okar.
Okar. Mako Okar will take you on that ship.
All right. So there's going to be some, there's going to be like ship refueling and stuff like that. More tell, the chief kind of the station doesn't seem to have a problem with you staying.
Yeah.
They're definitely like, probably somebody who's going to be as used to solo time as you are.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
more so, and grateful to have somebody there
Yeah.
occasionally, but also happy to have some space when needed. But
Yeah. It's like meals and the rest of the time, nobody's here. Yeah. I'm assuming
or a
yeah,
hand
there's
to help fix
Yeah.
things when needed.
Meals, the
yeah.
occasional midnight rendezvous, you know.
long periods of time between ships. So yeah, I'm sure that easy.
So,
Martel with nobody to perform for. That'd be interesting to watch.
but Gerard wanted to go talk to the Mortels.
Yeah.
Yes. So as you're being patched up in the med bay, understand what you're doing and why. believe it or not, we're probably more alike than you think. And not just this. Do you know what is happening in the Alliance of the Roses?
I know that this sector is about to explode.
Yeah.
And I
Just-
don't know what the hell we're going to do about it.
We're going to do what you and I do best. And we're going to guide those who think that they are in charge into fixing it.
Oh, he starts to laugh at it.
See, Martel, the Alliance of the Roses long time ago broke. And every time somebody tries to fix it, it just takes one person to say, I don't like that. And the government erupts into chaos again. And that's what I was trying to fix when they sold me to whoever it was we were found with. That is what I am guilty of. So you stay here. You know where to reach us. I know that I'll be doing the same out there.
If it only takes one person to start the war,
It only takes
maybe a
one person to stop
handful.
it.
Maybe a handful could stop it.
All right. I'll look after them. You look after yourself.
And I gotta teach that fool to put some salt in his stew.
And a little bit of rosemary.
Thank you, Doctor.
That's what I do. And I will just turn it and leave.
Yep. I love it.
While the chief is not terribly happy at the overall resolution of things, they now have a partially damaged ship that they can be spending a lot of time repairing, which I'm kind of, since we're 10 minutes out from when we would end, I'm kind of glossing over some stuff. The chief of the station, they've been here for 5 decades. When the planet collapsed under the sun's radiation and there was the attempts to escape, they were here. They heard the radio distress calls, had no way to do anything about it. The reason that their mind was cracked was because they heard thousands of people die. They were unable to do anything about it. These are stories you guys will hear over the next 12 hours or so, while having some no longer jambalaya. He has to go for a bake instead, since I got thrown against the wall somehow.
Poorly,
while
not
getting
just thrown,
refueled.
but thrown poorly.
And is perfectly happy to trade for nothing more than the seed stock that had been discussed and a few parts. Everything that's aboard the ship that is now emptied of crew or cargo is going to be more than enough payment. So there is between the slavers ship and the refueling station, some of the medical chemicals that Gerard had been looking for Booker that are going to be able to fabricate the drugs that you're worried about. So
yeah, I stay out of sight of the only surviving pirate until we get him off the station, because it spoils everything if they know I'm here. So yeah, just as a side note, I'm tying up loose ends over here.
The chief is happy to have him sitting in a brig.
Yeah,
until such time as they find a place to put him.
Yeah.
Bite. After the ship is refueled and people have come back aboard, there's Logos locks down the sensor room where you're at, and says, "I'm aware of the conversation between yourself and Marcel. It says, and I do believe he says that there is a great deal of my history, he says, that I have not disclosed that I should. He says, so that you can make your own decisions about myself. I am not the AI that you knew before you went to the jump gate.
Oh,
I am the same code. My experiences have changed.
I guess time kind of does that with everyone.
It will be a lengthy explanation. He says, I am willing to provide it to you and you alone. He says, I am also, he says, if you trust them, he says, willing to provide it to the crew at large.
I trust Booker. I trust Myko. I trust Doc. Funny enough, I even trusted Mortel.
Says, then I would like something to prepare. Says, there are 5 centuries of databanks to comb. He
That's
says, and before that, he says there are actions taken on behalf of the mandate. He says that you were not aware of yet. They did not intend to inform you of until you had arrived. He says, in all honesty, the actions I have taken on behalf of the mandate shame me far more than any I have taken on my own.
this just I need some time. Let me think some.
It's a discussion you are owed. You may take whenever you like.
Yeah, let me talk to everyone else and we can set up a time. And once he says that, he'll leave the room and he's going to look for Booker.
If this comes a time where we've all arrived back on the ship and we've had enough time to do stuff, Booker will probably want everyone in the bridge at some point as they plot their next course.
I'm assuming that this is kind of Bite seeing a Booker before said meeting, though. Is that right?
Yeah. Because he wants Mortel's pad.
Oh, yeah, Booker will hand that to Bite pretty quickly.
Bite's gonna look at the code that Mortel was doing, probably laugh at somehow
Oh.
bad it is.
It's garbage compared to you. Yeah.
Kind of see what he's trying to do and then start working on it on his own.
So one of the things that you are aware of that Mortel was not is that Logos is not the operating system. You could completely shut it down. You could scramble it. You could put it under your control, and it wouldn't affect Logos in any way because he is not the code that he is interacting with.
Yeah. And even when he gets it from Booker, he's gonna just kind of say, "We really need to talk about Logos."
Understood. But I feel we should we should all debrief and maybe lie down for a minute or two. Booker says, and Booker says that with an just a little accentuated blood just drips onto the floor when he says that.
That's fine. I want to hold up Mortel's. I think I'm gonna call it Mortel's kill switch. If Logos ever goes out of control, I'm gonna use it.
All right. But do remember, this is not just shutting down Logos is the same as killing him.
I know that better than anyone.
Good. I want you to recognize the gravity of the situation.
I do. I
We
want.
do not make killings, and we do not take them lightly.
I don't take this lightly. This is like killing someone that you used to know that you haven't seen in a while. And now they've done things that you don't know if you can accept.
I know exactly what you mean.
And puts a hand on Bite's shoulder.
And I know what I did. But be better than I was.
And continues walking to the briefing room. There's a little bit of considering you're wearing all black, it doesn't make a really big notice, but there's some blood on your shoulder now.
Probably no one else would notice except for Biden. He'll just go, just washed it.
You mid-bay now.
After the debrief. 2
Debrief
minutes.
can wait.
You're really bleeding everywhere, Booker.
Yeah, but I've got enough adrenaline pumping through my system to last me 2 minutes.
You hear an echo of Mortel's voice in your head. Let them do their jobs.
We can debrief.
You're right,
after.
Ghost.
Memory.
Memory Ghost. But Booker just kind of his version of debriefing is very basically in the veins of get everyone settled, give them the necessary paperwork, make sure everyone has a safe place to sleep and feel safe and sound. All right. Maiko, Bite, dismissed.
So Michael probably wasn't in the room for that, like, because she was probably getting everybody, like, all of her new tribe settled in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah,
FYI,
with the doc not
like,
there, you're the only one to listen to.
I
so,
mean-
yeah.
He was
I mean, like,
Booker
he
was
can
really
say
hoping to
it.
grab everyone just for a second.
Yeah.
Or even over comms, we'll say.
You've got slabs. You can
Just like say it, just like I can
You talk
picture
to
him
them.
starting to say it out loud and then looking around, being like, "She's not here."
yeah. Just hit the intercom button and tell the whole ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But waits until Bite is out of view. Gerard, I'm going to need some assistance to the mid-bay. And then he just falls to his knees.
He's such a drama
Gurney.
queen.
Lifter droid rolls up.
He is. He's a drama queen.
He is. And we
I
all
need
thought
to
it
be-
was Martell.
I need to be strong. I
That's
can't
it.
let them see
Trank.
this.
Just a trank.
Yep.
Yeah.
He can't help but
Hello,
fight it. I'm
Mr.
just going to take the fight out.
Hello, Mr. Tranquilizer. Have you met your friend, Mr. Purple Unicorn? Oh, yes, yeah.
So I'm picturing, you know, in the one of the new Star Trek movies where like the doctor guy is following behind Kirk, like
And he
hitting
keeps
him with
injecting him with
hypo-
stuff.
numb tongue, like, and that scene. I'm just picturing.
Oh, my head's big.
Booker's kind of going through that. His genetic makeup makes Tranks work differently. They still work, just not the way you quite expect them to. So he's completely conscious while you're girding him down to the med bay to what
Larger
may be emergency
doses.
surgery.
Just can't
But
move.
he's not fighting anymore. That
Yeah,
was
he's-
my goal.
Yeah, he's not fighting anymore, but he's saying some utter nonsense and some things that are that have smuggled in some nuggets of truth and realness that Booker has been hiding.
Oh God.
Oh no, the doctor
So it's
now
a-
knows Booker very well.
So there's a slurry of things. I don't know if what I'm hearing is true, or if he's talking to the purple dragon again. Or if he's trying to mention to the fact that Mr. Manticore has been very rude to T, and that's why he shot him in the face 12 times. But that doesn't seem correct. What part of this is real?
The glitter corn.
The glitter corn. Only the glitter corn is real.
Not that Booker's not screaming
yes.
what part of this is
The,
real. It's just the feeling you'd get from it.
I
The-
just
the
realized
tween
that
that had
engineering
been-
needs more glitter.
The tween that had been sort of pointed out as the healer, it happily follows along during this entire like surgical thing, and seems like keenly curious about it. It's been a while since you've seen somebody who can like watch somebody get cut open in blood and like not flinch at all. You know, like they're just clearly very used to like, this is how we kill people.
I think she might be a
I-
little weirded by the fact that there's metal intertwined with his organs.
No, fascinated,
Okay.
but not weirded.
And I'll make the telepathic communication with her as well, so I can maintain a form of communication.
It's a strange thing that once you're connected, it actually feels like whatever defense they've developed against that, presence, makes it a little bit easier for you to function as well. Almost as if you're kind of borrowing some of the toughness they've built up over time. They're not psychic. They don't, but they've been exposed to it for years and years, and they've developed
They
a
have.
certain resistance.
They have a subconscious psychic shield.
Basically, yes.
Interesting. I might have to start a whole new data lab on that. But in the meantime, I got to keep this idiot alive.
Yes, I am very much the idiot that needs to stay alive. Hello, Doctor.
He just can't feel anything. He's awake.
Yeah, and she has very good instincts. Like when she kind of sees, she knows where to be putting pressure to slow down, certain blood loss and stuff like that.
Wonderful. I've got a nurse. Provided her tribe allows her to perform such duties. But
They haven't had any objection, and she makes mention of, she tells the tribe what to do, not the other way around. It was
UVA.
only the confidence a tween can get while saying that.
So that little kind of that sassy one arm on the hip, one hand just. Sorry, I can't shut up.
That's all right. All right. So, as everyone has probably gathered by now, this is the last episode with Mortel. So I'm going to have Kevin close us out for the last time.
Yeah. So, in case you haven't figured it out, yeah, Mortel's not coming back in this game. I want more time to focus on the Fun Shot Fridays because I'm bringing them back. Yay, Fun Shot Fridays are coming back. Many ideas, most of them in the idea stage, but starting this week at the very least, because I already got one ready to go. We are going to be doing back to one-shots, few shots, short campaigns, short seasons, all in very rules-light systems that are designed to be silly and crazy and Friday night kind of fun. So join us for that. But to do that, I need time. So I need to step away from this game to do that. I leave the game in competent hands all around, and I'm looking forward to seeing where you go with it. Just quickly, and the thank yous around the table here. Thank you to Scard for playing this captain character. I'm looking forward to see if they learn how to captain. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Shadow, the doctor, is this pile of confidence, or not confidence, competence. That's what I'm looking for. Just this skill set, just floating through the vacuum and the mayhem, and it's gonna, like, I can see you're gonna be the glue that holds this together. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Sarah Bite. Oh my! Actually, both Sarah and Glory, those two characters, the two innocents just walking out into the universe, just unaware of the shitstorm that is surrounding them every second of every day. I love it. And I'm really, really happy to get to see two of them in one game, which is an odd thing. So I'm very happy to see that. Specifically, Sarah, thank you for Bite keeping Mortel alive in the story by taking that slab and going, wait a minute, maybe I can't trust this guy. I love it because that allowed there to be a story arc for me. Right, Mortel now has a full arc. They leave having completed an arc in a very short period of time. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Gloriosa, I almost want to apologize for the scene with Maiko and Mortel because it was just like such a hammer blow, but there's no fucking way I'm going to because it was beautiful. So thank you for that scene. I don't trust everybody to go that deep with me, so thank you for going there and playing it absolutely beautifully. It was a joy. Siosa, thank you for running this. I really like this campaign. It's just I need the time, and you've got this group, and Mortel's a maniac and doesn't belong in this world. So it all kind of came together in a magical mystery tour. So take these guys on a wild ride, beat them up, drag them around a little bit, show them the deep, dark, dirty world of the space age of sail, and have great fun doing it. Other than that, 2 more thank yous. The chat, thank you very much for coming out and hanging out. You guys are always fun. We get very silly over there in chat, and I love it because even when I'm playing Mortel, I still got plenty more silly to put over there. So thank you for that. And thank you to all the people on YouTube in the future. If you watched all the way to here, please hit the like button because you probably did, or you couldn't find your mouse. One of the two. Either way, hit the like button and hit the bell because I put stuff up like once every 2 weeks and it's terrible, but that's the only way to find out if I put stuff up. I think I did 5 shows yesterday. I got 3 more to do to get caught up, but that's okay. That's what tomorrow's for.
Yeah. With that.
Yes.
Also, just generally from us as well. Thank you for playing Mortel.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a crazy character that I was wondering how am I going to, as the captain, drag him kicking and screaming into this family dynamic. The answer was a not.
Yeah. You were going to get uncle at best at the way it was going now, but yeah, we'll never know now because he turned into your uncle at the end and then buggered off. But,
and thank you for chaos goblining for us and creating some conflict in the early episodes, even when the party was working through some challenges and stuff. So
you've got plenty of chaos goblins left. I've seen them. Any one of them could go off at a moment's notice. So fear not. Yeah.
But you definitely you created some early context for people to explore their characters and stuff like that, and it was great. I really appreciate it. I'm sad to see you go. I've said that before.
Thank you.
But
I appreciate that.
I respect. You want to do what you want to do with your time. So
yeah. I don't have enough days in the week, so like everybody else. But before,
Amen.
Yeah. Before we start repeating ourselves, let's just go to let's go to the finish, the big finish. Until next time, and next time it's going to be somebody else doing it. But until next time, please be nice to each other. Good night.